He's going to be able to make the best time over that car, technically, just based on his suspension.
Okay, now remember, this is a timed event, but it's the first car over the final car. And they should run about 5, 6, 7 seconds. Okay, here we go. Barefoot on the inside, the outside rather, the far lane, and the Virginia Giant on the inside lane. Apparently he is measuring off the distance, Margo. That's the only thing I can figure.
Just trying to decide how much gas he wants to use. You know, it's pretty critical on entering. When you hit that car, you hit it too fast, you'll get sent straight up in the air. If you hit it too slow, the competition may take you over.
And spending too much time in the air will cost you time on the ground. You can't be moving that much forward, that fast forward, if you're up in the air. The crowd here in the Seattle Kingdome, a family crowd, a lot of kids and a lot of moms and pops out here enjoying this U.S. Hot Rod Association action.
And they're making sure their flash bulbs are in operating order.
Here we go, the Virginia Giant there in the car's second. A problem. Whoa! He stalls, and Barefoot almost goes over. The Virginia Giant stopped as if he'd hit an invisible wall, and there's something wrong.
He's in pain.
He is in pain. There's something wrong with the Virginia Giant.
Something that happens that you don't think about too often. Well, here's a shot of Barefoot.
Well, Barefoot there. Oh, my goodness. He almost goes over on his head.
Having his share of problems, but not near the problems that the Virginia Giant had. Great jump. And then all of a sudden, look at the smoke, Larry. Havoc underneath the hood of the Virginia Giant.
Looked like the engine either blew or stopped instantly. And he is still up there, and he is in pain.
When these trucks stall, the steering's hydraulic. If he happens to have his hand twisted inside that steering wheel, it can twist it around a little more rapidly than your bones are able to take.
So it can actually whip the finger or the thumb if your thumbs happen to be caught in there, because he looked like he was holding his hand. He's waving to the crowd. But the Virginia Giant is knocked out of competition here early.
Well, Deal is a professional, so he's going to drive his truck back to the truck, even if it hurts.
The second round, the legendary Bigfoot, Jim Kramer, and you will not find a smarter and sharper driver. Kramer knows this machine from front to rear, and he's tough. A good driver, very intelligent driver. Look at Kramer's stage. Bigfoot coming up. Now, he broke his stabilizing bar before the race, so when he was ready to race, Hot Stuff wasn't, so it's going to be a single run for Bigfoot. He'll be going for time. Whoa, and he comes down hard. And Bigfoot, no problems at all getting over those cars. Kramer looks around. No problems at all, Margo.
Looks like he's got his camera, his video camera, mounted in the passenger seat. You know, they never stop doing research and development in these trucks.
Right. Let's take another look at Bigfoot. Single run again. Remember, it's a single run. It's up in the air and launches and comes down on those cars hard. Comes way over to the side, almost goes over. I guess through. Another look. Look at the cars, how flattened they've already been on the other monster trucks. Ooh, that's got to be scary, Margo. I think you're going to. That's a long way to fall.
That's right.
And coming up now, this is Hot Stuff, the Jeep. Kind of interesting, a very short wheelbase machine. Jeff Boehner of Yakima, Washington. This is a kid who sold everything he had to buy and build this machine, to buy most of it and then build the rest of it.
And he's running up against a field tonight of veteran monster truck drivers, and he's doing a pretty good job of it.
It's an 86 Jeep CJ7 monster truck powered by a 427 Chevy engine. It is supercharged, running a turbo 400 transmission. You don't mess with clutches on these machines.
And I love his chrome wheelie bar there.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Weighs 13,700 pounds. Hot Stuff. Jeff Boehner of Yakima, Washington. He does this full time. This is how he makes a living. A lot of four-wheel freaks up here in the Northwest.
Can you imagine trying to convince your mother this is what you're going to do for a living?
Whoa, and look at him get up in the air, launching way, way up there and coming back down and across it. That was a very spectacular jump.
I thought he was going to lose his hood there for a minute, but it stayed on.
Hot Stuff out of Yakima, Washington. A local boy, and they love him up here in Seattle, let me tell you. I can't figure out what that green flag is on the right-hand side. The American flag on the left-hand side. So we'll see what happens, what the clockings are. Another look at Hot Stuff. Look at the air he gets, Margo. It's like Tom Cruise.
And for such a short wheelbase, you would expect him to have more hailing problems than he does.
Well, he's got a little bit of a problem there as he gets sideways right there in midair, and that's going to cost him a second or a second and a half. He waves to the crowd. The crowd responds. They love him here. Yakima, Washington, right down the freeway.
Well, you can tell this is Jeep territory.
Yes, it is, indeed. Now watch what happens. Gets a good launch. A little bit of air. Still straight up. Now starting to veer a little bit off to the right. Okay, now comes back around. Gets way over to the left there, and that's where the problem occurs, Margo.
You've got to keep the thing driving straight to make the best time.
So Barefoot wins it with a 5.20 second clocking. Bigfoot is second, Hot Stuff third, and Virginia Giant, by virtue of the fact that he did not finish through the run, finishes in the last spot. So Barefoot wins round 3 here at the Seattle Kingdome. And coming up next is something you might not have seen before. The monster truck takes on the monster tank here at the Seattle Kingdome. Triple Crown of Motorsports and the grand finale. Margo, that is a tank.
That is a tank truck, and that is what Bigfoot actually won the right to compete against. But Bigfoot opts not to run against the tank trucks. Doesn't feel that it's fair.
So that's Barefoot Tracks. Fred Schaefer, the owner. Steve Bibbins, the driver, out of Pontoon, Illinois. It's a World War II Army tank with a Chevy pickup truck body on top, going up against Barefoot. Fred Schaefer doing the driving.
Steve's been working for Fred Schaefer for 9 years, but as a mechanic, this is his first season driving. And look at him beat his boss up.
22,000 pounds in that tank, 11 tons. Outweighs the monster truck of Bigfoot. Barefoot, look, he's happy. Look at this guy. Spinning around here on the floor, and the crowd loves it. They can't believe this tank. And there's Barefoot finishing second to the monster tank. I think Bigfoot made the right decision, Margo King, by not coming out and going up against the tank.
But these vehicles are built to be spectacles. They're monster spectacles, whether
right.
they're tracks or wheels.
No question about it. The crowd loves them here at the Pontiac Kingdome. Look at that. Let's go down on the field. The bear is called Trackster. It's the mascot of Steve Bibbins and Barefoot Tracks. No problems. You just gas it and go for it in that main event.
Yeah, I don't really have to drive the truck. It just goes where it really wants. Just hit him as hard as I can.
You had a grudge match race with your boss, Fred Schaefer.
Yeah, it was boss against employee, basically. See who his truck was the fastest.
There seems to be a little bit of controversy here with the other trucks. They don't want to run against the tank.
Well, we're kind of in a different class. I can turn faster on the concrete. Don't have to worry about turning over. I don't have to worry about hitting the cars straight or anything like that, and we're a little faster.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Margo King, the mud bog, it was wild.
Dion had the car that was set up for this racetrack, and he flew.
So, from the Seattle Kingdome, I'm Larry Huffman, along with Margo King. For the U.S. Hot Rod Association Triple Crown of Motorsports, we hope you've enjoyed it. Margo, say goodnight.
Good night, Margo.
This U.S. Hot Rod Association event has been a presentation of SRO Pace Productions from the Seattle Kingdome.